Alright, one player in this finals game scored just 3 points. He missed 4 of his 5 shots, and he might have been the single most important man on the floor. So how does a guy who couldn't buy a bucket swing an entire playoff game? This is Josh Hart, and tonight he wrote the perfect case study for everything that doesn't show up on a scoring title. Because this was a rock fight, decided by possessions, and nobody in the building controlled possessions like the guy who barely scored. So let's break it down. This is Game is Culture. Real quick, before we get into it, if you like breakdowns that actually show the math instead of just yelling takes at you, go hit subscribe. It's free and it genuinely helps, so click it. First, look at the line, because it's absurd. 3 points, but 15 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. So in every single category except scoring, Hart didn't just contribute, he led or nearly led the entire game. One column was empty, every other column was overflowing. And the most important number isn't even on that chart, it's the 0. Because Hart played 27 minutes, handled the ball constantly, and turned it over exactly 0 times. In a game the Spurs lost on turnovers, the Knicks doing the dirty work didn't waste a single possession. Now here's why that line actually won the game. Start with the rebounds, 15 of them from a 6'5" guard. A typical backcourt player grabs 3 or 4, so Hart by himself hauled in roughly 4 guards worth of rebounds, ripping extra possessions away from a Spurs team that lives on the offensive glass. Then add the takeaways, 4 steals plus a block. So on top of grabbing every loose ball, he was the one forcing the Spurs into those costly turnovers in the first place. He wasn't just cleaning up the chaos, he was creating it. So put the math together, 15 rebounds won, 4 steals forced, 0 turnovers given away. In a game decided by a 5-possession turnover gap, Hart personally generated a huge chunk of that exact edge. He didn't score it, he manufactured it. And this is exactly who he is. Because Hart's whole game is built on the things that win playoff rock fights. He crashes the glass for extra possessions, he forces turnovers and runs, and he connects the offense with the extra pass, all without ever needing a play called for him. So when the game gets ugly, his value goes up, not down. So while the Stars traded ugly, inefficient buckets, the role player quietly decided the margins. That's the cheat code. You don't need the ball, you don't need the shots, and you still tilt the entire game. Hart is the human glue, and tonight, the glue won. But here's the honest caveat. Hart shot 1 for 5 and scored 3, so when his 3-ball isn't falling, the Spurs can sag off him and dare him to shoot. On a night the Knicks couldn't score either, his lack of offense almost cost them. The glue only works when the Stars eventually score. So I'm gonna leave it with you. Was Josh Hart the most valuable player in this game despite scoring 3? Or does a guy who can't score never really earn that title? So tell me down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. We're in a race to 1,000 subscribers, so please join the family.